I'm back home from Dubai, and now I basically have to stay at home for good 10 days. So we have quarantine where we're coming back, even though I did all the tests, even though I had COVID, even though I have antibodies and everything else. But yeah, so today is Friday, I guess. I'm kind of well, yeah. So today's Friday, so I'm ready 5, 6 days in, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on the whole trip, like a little bit of summary. So coming back, it gave me so much motivation. I feel extremely motivated to do from training to other stuff as well, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm receiving a lot of messages uh, everywhere, so I'm sorting through them. So if I have someone like, if you send me a message back in, like, I know 2 weeks ago, I might not see it because the new ones are coming up. But yeah, right now for me the problem is I cannot bring you the content that I want because I want to film some exercises and give some good, exercise ideas. But I'm working on some stuff. It's going to come out in the next few days. We have some videos basically backlogged for even months, and those are coming. And a little bit more on history side, really interesting videos. I think a lot of you will enjoy them and really like them. Also, I want to do, as I'm sitting at home and have nothing better to do, I will contact some of arm wrestlers I want to talk with, and collab a little bit and talk about some stuff that's going on and things like that. But yeah, I got so much motivation from the trip. If you guys saw the last video, the last was the training practice. I think overall it was 3 hours, a little bit more. The problem was they had just one table, so there's a lot of waiting around. And basically, I think I gripped up with almost everyone. And hey, Texas, man, I heard like Texas had like a huge ice storm, unexpected. And yeah, it's a bad situation. We're not prepared for that, so I hope everyone's fine there and getting it sorted out. So the last practice was kind of fun. A lot of times the guys just wanted to beat me, and it's kind of funny sometimes because I wasn't really focusing on that. But kind of the guys that I wanted to pull was the Mazahir and Raul. I pulled Raul, but I didn't recognize Mazahir when we gripped up, and we gripped up basically at the start. And I said, like, this guy has. Sorry, that's my cat somewhere there. I said, that guy has amazing hand, and I'm like, I didn't know it was him. And then we sit in. I kind of stopped him in hook and just waited him out a little bit, and I thought, okay, cool, we're gonna pull. But I think he had some shoulder issue that I didn't know about, and basically getting in that hook kind of opened it up a little bit. And I'm like, yeah. And he was legit strong, and because I was still like, I think it was my second pull of the day, so I'm still testing out guys. I don't go 100%, So yeah, hey, stay strong and love arm wrestling, guys. Yeah, please like the video. It helps. Um, so the practice was real cool. Raul was very strong. A lot of good guys there. Problem is for Larry. Sometimes when the camera comes out, they still want to beat Larry, and they don't understand that he needs to learn. And if you give him that space to learn, it will come back because when and he will surpass them because of his physical abilities. It's uh, it's very it will be very beneficial if they allow him to work and then he will come back and work with them. Dubai Arms, they're new. They need some structure. They need more tables for sure. I know the place where we went just, they started there, so just one table there, but they're going to get more tables and then it's going to be a little better environment. They need to understand that even though some guys will always come and they just trying to win, however they want, you still need to create environment for learning, for teaching. Practices are practices. It's not competition. A lot of guys there really came just to get my opinion on things. So we worked on Raul, like on and off camera, we were talking all the time, and together with Larry and everyone else. So I really appreciated that, and it was real good. You know, good practice. Strong guys for sure. Um, but yeah, I came back with all this motivation because like I came I got there in not my best shape. If you watch the previous live streams, I will say like I wasn't in shape at all. I was like kind of I got like from COVID, I lost a lot of power. You know, even though it didn't take much out of me. Like when I started doing some weights, I'm like, man, I feel very weak. I didn't lift more than I think 30 kilos on any of arm wrestling lifts. I just did my finger and grip strength training, some single arm deadlifts, some wrist curls, and those weights were pretty solid to me. So when we arm wrestled, like my cup was much stronger, and I didn't have anything else to be honest. Um, so I'm very excited to basically I feel like this is so solid right now that all this is kind of not there and I want to get it back. So as soon as I get out, as soon as we sort out some situation in Latvia with training and everything else, I will get back in the gym, and I still have stuff here at home, but I feel I need more stuff, and I'm gonna get that stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna start training real hard and get back into the zone. Um, yeah, Larry is very motivated. They are still working. I gave him some pointers, some things to be working on, and I know a lot of arm wrestlers are traveling there. I just hope those guys do not. They give him good advice. Just don't like the problem with someone when you have like so many opinions. Like the best worry like from coach's perspective, the best guy will be the guy that just does what you want blindly, kind of blindly. Like he doesn't care about anything else. You give him an objective and he just does it. So and as soon as guys are coming in too smart, or start undermining or start, thinking and doing this, they kind of get in this pattern on and off because you kind of need a little bit of belief, whatever you're doing. So the problem a little bit with Larry is so many teachers, so many different opinions, and I just said like I like the advices that I gave. Maybe someone would give different, but I think like if the hand is not there, your arm wrestling will never be there. You will always rely on brute force pushing through and thinking that your arm will not snap and your tendons will not snap. Getting this, it's more solid. So I see all the chat, at least some part, and I see a lot of people from different countries. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. So as soon as I get out, if you just joined, I'm in quarantine at home because I have to sit 10 days in. I will get out. I will prepare some good training videos for you guys, some different exercise that you can work on in any gym or at home, whatever. So, Bray, any advice for first tournament tomorrow? Like as soon as you step on table, be ready for the go. Like don't wait for referee to straighten everything out. Don't think that someone's gonna go easy on you. Be ready. Hear that go. Hit your best move. Um, yeah, and kind of trying to stay safe. No victory is more important than damaging your arm. That's going to cause the long-term problems. So a lot of new guys kind of want to win over everything. So it's sometimes good if like novices, when they're pulling novices, are more dangerous when novices pulling pros, because pros gonna take everything so far away from you that there's no chance you can hurt yourself if they do not let you. So yeah, uh, Dubai was amazing. It was really the highlight of this year. Even the no past year was yeah. I love Norway, and I was in Ukraine as well for a little bit, like the same time now. But it was kind of highlight of the past half year, and I'm very happy with that. Yeah, we are working on some stuff with me and Giannis. We are working on some stuff for everyone because on regards to training, and so everyone on our Patreon system will have a huge advantage over everyone else. So please get to Patreon. Link is in description. Become Patreon. Support this channel. We have really big plans as soon as basically lockdown and we can go to different places in the world ends and we can travel. So that's kind of our one of the priorities. Um, yeah, the matches like right now I haven't even set up a schedule for Latvian arm wrestling because everything is so far in future. You know, it's different. Um, yeah, the live tomorrow. So this morning live, if you joined in, like I woke up like I think 5 minutes. Like I'm waking up, I'm doing something. Jans calls me. He's like, "What you do? You want to do some live?" And I'm like, "Man, yeah, we talk." Like, and then I have to figure out how to set up Skype through OBS Studio and through YouTube Live and set it all together. And somewhere there's a delay, and every time I talk Giannis talks in a video, we talk at the same time and we do pauses at the same time. And it's so funny. It's basically like 20 minutes in, Giannis like sitting back, he's like, yeah, this is going nowhere. So I deleted that stream, but we will we will we will get back with Giannis and do a live stream together. He's from his house, I'm from my house, and basically, you know, yeah. Um, Okay, David Goggins versus Coach Ray. How good is Mr. Todd? Uh, Todd, it's very hard to explain. This is why I really wanted to pull Michael. If you never felt a King's move, like Michael levels King's move, it's something else. It's something completely different. Yeah. Yeah, how was your experience with Raul and Mazgir? I talked about it at the start of the video. Yeah. Don't you think Larry has to say bad basics, the approach of hand, his style doesn't feel right for him? He'll be amazing in hook, but he's always after King. So guys, you think like he should be amazing in hook. Where do you base this information? Like where do you think this comes from? Like if you look at the most hook pullers, they can get very close to their body, they're very more inside. Larry cannot bend his arm past 90 because the bicep is so huge. He cannot. He stays here. So mechanically, it's a huge disadvantage. It's a huge disadvantage. Even though it looks like, yo, this dude, huge bicep, he should pull and hook. It doesn't mean anything because he's so far away from his body. And good arm wrestler, good hook puller will take every advantage from that. So it's and it's kind of not the best variation. He will come down to it, but you guys are kind of looking at it backwards. Someone basically teach him how to up arm wrestle from here to here, not from here to here, and this is why he's leaving all this open space. And open space is very, very easy to manipulate when you have the power to stop. And all you need to do is basically stop him. And when you stop him, you can get in these positions. So, in my opinion, even though if he would have said hook would be his go-to move, at some point I would said like because like in the practice I said like let's try hook. You go and hook in it and there is nothing that strong. It's still more of back pressure. He goes in through the hook. So, like, if you go and hook and you do this is not a hook. This is top roll. Any way you look at it. So, the force either coming through this side or this side. So, everything that goes here is a hook. Everything that goes here is a top roll. And his hook wasn't there at all. So, I don't agree. I don't agree 100%. And I felt it and I was there. Uh, it's gonna come, but it's gonna come a little bit later, and it's gonna come in different form. Go and watch how Rustam Babayev pulls in a hook, how Hajimurat Zuluyev pulls in a hook, Sasha Andreev. Like there's a lot of like even Bozhidar kind of open angle, but still, if he's sitting in a hook war, very close, very tight, because if you open up too much, it's a huge disadvantage. Krasimir, like Krasimir now has limited range, and this is why his hook looks so much different from back in the day. Okay, I saw one. Okay, I saw one super chat. So, did you discuss any powerlifting with Larry? No, no, we didn't. Yeah, there was a talks about me staying there for a month, but right now they couldn't do it. But maybe in the near future, I'm gonna be there for a month, and we'll see what happens. Because I would love to be there because every time you leave, the idea stays a little bit behind and nothing else, everything else leaves. So if I would had more chance, more time to train with him, he would like left was real legit. I don't know what's the situation now because he posted a video of his bicep tear and things like that. So yeah, Tom Holland, like no, no, nothing. He's so close, and because he's such a lengthy arm wrestle, his angles are so terrible for everyone else. So eh, big biceps doesn't help you in hook. It kind of in an open situation, if you can get there, it kind of helps, but it's usually top roll that's gonna like back pressure and everything else that's gonna help you there. So let's take a look, guys. I'm skipping so many messages. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're still on carnivore diet. I kind of on and off. If there will be days or even like 3 4 days I will eat just carnivore diet, and then I will eat something. I came back like I did training at home, and after 3 days, because there I didn't do that much training, real training, or like we were just arm wrestling, and you kind of need your strength because you're gonna arm wrestle. Like yesterday, I felt like a vegetable. I'm just lying. I'm like so sore from everything. So I weigh 87 kilos right now. Yeah, I kind of lost weight while I was in Dubai, but I was walking around like 20,000 step every day, so about 15 kilometers, something like that. Okay. It's opposite. He can get open. Larry can close. The youngest, okay. Position. What's Larry's strongest position in your opinion? With left arm, like his lock, when he can get that protection of pronator together with hand, and hand is huge, and it's a huge advantage. That would be his strongest position at this moment. Yeah, I'm skipping the weird questions like who versus who, or have you pulled schoolboy? Come on. Uh, your thoughts on Georgian arm wrestling team? Great team, strong guys. Bicep versus forearms, forearms every day. Is Jan's going to join you today? Today, no, no. We will figure out the delay and everything else, and then we're going to do a live stream with Giannis. And yeah, I will appreciate if you guys will join in. Giannis or live earlier today. Did you delete it? Yeah, because it was such a weird. Like I was doing the live stream was going through Skype and then to OBS and then to YouTube, and it was huge delay and it's just huge mess, and no one needs to see it. What's your honest opinion about Michael's strength? So my honest opinion about Michael's strength, like a lot of things that I thought kind of changed. Well, because when you grip up with someone, when you feel someone, it's a different thing. So Michael can be strong in the center position. I don't think he as strong as most heavyweights. But Michael doesn't really care about that. Like most of the fundamental strengths in arm wrestling, he just doesn't care. He grips very low. He just needs your contact. He just needs to stay in contact. And if you, and because it will allow him to block your arm from climbing, and then when you get him to the king's move position or anywhere near, it's kind of very very weird position because the arm doesn't move in any direction. So like I said, if you watch the video, for me it's kind of, I have nowhere to go because my top roll is non-existent. So I cannot have this climb or even higher position or even pull him away. That's what you need. And then you need to press. And I really didn't want to. I could have done like flop wrist press or getting closer. And I still wanted to do that practice with guys. And I know guys going to come in hot with me. So yeah, I didn't want to do it. But Michael is strong. And to say that he is not is kind of weird. The problem is with comparing him and Lavan, it's like Michael doesn't use any of that what we tested Lavan for. Like nothing of that gets used, you know. Uh, so 100% he's gonna lose in those positions, but he's so strong in that position. Still huge disadvantage. I still think Lavan has better chances of winning. Um, And yeah, in a strap, he's a kind of nightmare. Without strap, like there's no chance you can hold on to him. There's no chance of getting him in a hook because his arm, like it stays in it's a kind of limited range. So basically, it's not going anywhere. So yeah, Michael versus Gennady looks very, very interesting match because Gennady is so active. I believe he can win a round, but with his style, he basically gonna end up in a no strength position. He looks super strong right now. Like the ways that he's lifting and whatever the form is doesn't matter or he looks like in tip top shape. He's always kind of crazy on table in a good sense. So it's still the favorite should be Michael there. Can Gennady win him? I believe, he has waited kind of long and, you know, yeah, there are some chances for sure. But again, like I haven't seen Gennady pull since he pulled Dave, I think, if I'm correct. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think yeah. Um, don't forget what the destroyed. Yeah, but guys, come on, this is kind of um, you cannot compare classic classic lifts versus Michael's unorthodox style. Like if they would have gripped up, it would be a better scenario when they eventually meet at some point for Levon. Because if you never have felt something like that, it's very hard to imitate the position where he opens. It's kind of really weird, and it's like there's not a lot of people who can do it. Like basically there's no people that can do it. So yeah, Mike, and it would be very beneficial for Levon. But again, if Levon prepares, they kind of have the blueprint. I kind of see that match all the time going through the like very close to the pad. The idea is can you pin him, because that's the problem, you know. uh, so much. Irakli gonna use wrist in last practice. Cool. In March, Poland, we have a huge championship. We're going to visit. I don't know about traveling anything right now. I would love to go anywhere, but we will see, guys. I will see. Yeah. Okay. So you like the snail pickup video? Just me, or you kind of hating on Ryan Bowen? You're almost always laughing when RVJ mocks him. Ryan is kind, but Ryan is just talking. It's. I really like the Ryan. It's sometimes kind of frustrating. You cannot, even though you feel how you feel, it's still you need to show it on table. And without any evidence, I will not believe you. I'm a huge skeptic on many things, and I'm like, come on, like we need to figure out like it's you can say what you want, you can live how you want, you can do strict curl challenges, whatever. It all goes down to the table. Last time I saw him competing, he didn't perform, not even a little bit good as he said he would. That's the big idea. And we it's again, I don't know what situation right now with Australia is, but kind of they cannot travel outside for how long, and just making these it's kind of fun because we have something to do, we have something to think about, we have some drama going around. But in my opinion, it's just kind of silly. It's really kind of silly, and yeah, we'll see a lot of these guys coming out the same way, kind of doing the same, coming out and saying, I'm the best, try straight to the top, and you will see these guys that are really the best and they can shoot to the top, but they just, they will go and show it, you know. It's imagine any other sport where someone just, like in powerlifting, if you're lifting the weights that you do in a gym and you do it in competition and you show that you're the best, you are the best, without any doubt. But yeah, we'll see. Um, what's next for you, coach? Yeah, I want to get out of quarantine and we'll figure out some stuff what we can do. Again, Latvia is in full lockdown. That's not good at all. Well, and so I cannot think forward, but I want to give you guys some really good videos that I've been working on, and I have right now, sitting at home, I prepared already a list of the videos that I'm going to make when I have the chance to go outside. So, yeah. Do you guys train ulnar deviation or radial deviation? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Ryan will be done 2 years down as Michael Amish, who will win. Everything, anything about Larry's left bicep, is it badly hurt? From what I heard, it's not badly hurt. It's something, but it's manageable. Mm. Do you think professional arm wrestling organizations should have participants tested, make the sport clean? Of course, if they want to get bigger stage, because more eyes are on you. Like they will look at this. Right now, we're kind of we're still underground, but you know, uh, if we want to become big, I think that's the way to go. It's there's always going to be someone who wants to cheat and who wants to win so badly, but it will still, in my eyes, level the playing field. So, guys, 140 people online, 60 likes. Come on, these are rookie numbers. We need to get this. We need to get this like at least 44% increase on these ones. Come on, it's kind of okay. 3 plus 3. Come on, give me more. Give me more. +4. Very nice. Um, after pulling Michael, who would you like my bucket list would be Todd Hutchings because again of his unorthodox style. I really want to feel that kind of pressure. I felt fraud. I know I kind of like these arm wrestlers that are. I know arm wrestlers that are fundamentally strong that take everything away and you know what to expect. But I like to test on get sense of some arm wrestlers that are differently strong. So yeah, yeah. Oh, we get 20 plus likes. It's hard to give likes when I ask valid question and you ignore them. It's hard to give likes when I ask valid question and you ignore them. So man, there's so many questions. I answer one and I don't see chat. I'm sorry about that. So it's not tested at the highest level. It's very mainstream. Yeah, strongman somehow managed to keep it like this. But again, like how many competitors are there? How many competitors are in a highest level? Like you basically can name most of them if you watch them. You know everyone who's competing for top 20 in the world. So in arm wrestling, if we want more, I think that's the way to go. DJ, your question. Okay, 8 man in Brisbane just liked heating life, but it doesn't seem to keep going. Do you think heavily juiced arm wrestlers bring more eyes to the sport? I don't think so. We want to see the freak factor always, but there's always going to be guys that will look impressive and have great matches, and it's it's most of the times when someone wants to bring down the beast. That's when we you know you know. Let's see your question, dude. Think about okay. How about are they hot? Do you think Dennis will recover? Yeah, he looks very not dense. I don't know how to say it. His muscles look like yeah, like they out of everything. So Dennis kind of, I don't know. I don't know where I stand with that. I'm like, Dennis should just retire. Dennis should just quit, you know. How's the cat? Happy to see you. Hey, yeah, cats are very happy to see me. Dennis, yeah, ask again. Larry has been very open about his addiction to porn. Were you surprised his wrists are so weak and underdeveloped? Come on, DJ. And you're like trashing me for not seeing that comment, man. Yes, I kind of was. I expected more, especially from the right arm because he's righty. Yeah, Oleg Jok is coming back. Yeah, Oleg Jok is coming back. I already talked about Gennady and Todd. So Oleg, hope he gets back to whatever form he was and however he was performing right before the accident. Should be a new weight division for the super freaks. It's fine how it is. Is there any heavyweight who is not on steroids? Of course, like to say that like you can look at to say that every heavyweight is on steroids is kind of complete lie because you don't know about them. Maybe just they don't look the part, or sometimes they look the part and they're not. So you know you can still find the problem is like you will see guys that reach certain levels in the sport and they just keep growing. So this is the easiest way, how we spot these guys. So most likely you will grow into your body. And so for me it was like I was 70, I would say 75, 77, for I don't know how long. And I was always cutting down to stay down. Now I'm up to 87, but I've become fat. I'm kind of really fat compared to where I was. So I cannot gain muscle. And you will see guys that are 70 for 10 years, 75, and they shoot up. They shoot up to stratosphere like 95. It's kind of, it's kind of unnatural. So we're like, oh, makes sense. Like Giannis has been pulling in 65 up to 75 for 20 years. And you can find a lot of guys that were staying in the same weight class for long periods of time. So that should tell you most about them. And when they get big, they get kind of watery. Like Vlad is, I would say, right now 82, kind of lean. He was getting to 85 and he was kind of watery. And it's kind of where he's going to stay. If he can get to 90, it will be just on, you know, slow gains of muscle, because he's still young, but up until 30. But I don't see him going bigger or getting bigger than 90, and damn sure he's natural and going to stay natural. Anxiety was Lart in practice video. No, Giannis was maybe 77 there. Yeah, Giannis, like, I think he's never been heavier than 79, 80. You can, gonna get him on stream and you can ask him. But he's never. Everyone's like, oh my God, Giannis was so big there, and how much he's weighed same weight. I'm like, I'm tired of this question because it's the same weight for I don't know how. I know for 9, 10 years, same weight. Yeah. Uh, get down to 85 because he doesn't try to be. Never beats Macaro. That's onto your bucket list. Uh, Irakli went from 75 to 95. Yeah, and that's 100% suspicious. And the problem with Irakli, or the Irakli was cutting down. I don't know how much he was cutting, but he was cutting a lot of weight. Like Betkili Oniani, the guy from again, he was cutting to 75, and I know from 87 or something like that, because he came down so depleted. His left was still basically unbeatable in 2017 up until 19, 18, 18, 18 or 19, 18, yeah. And, you know, now he kind of went up in weight and, but then he was cutting a lot of weight. And I know a lot of guys like Irakli, because he's very tall and in Georgia you get money for it. So I would say he was incentivized to cut down. He just gained weight, but I think he was naturally walking around about 80 something. Armwrestling needs another great movie. Yeah, yeah. If he would weigh 100 kilos lean, that would be unnatural. The idea is lean, guys. If you're kind of, for everyone, it's if you getting muscle, like a lot of muscle very fast. If you gain like you can look up and most will say like you get a what half a kilo gain if you continuously training, or like if you're an arm wrestler and you never train your legs and suddenly you start to train legs, you will gain that muscle on those legs. So yeah, your upper body will not change, your overall weight will change. So that's another indicator that this guy might not be taking stuff. He just started training differently. And there's a lot of things, but these huge jumps that RVJ pointed out, and I kind of didn't think of it. And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, all of them were 90, 100 kilos when they grow up, when they're grown. So, you know, okay, so many messages. Okay, Coach, do you have any max lifts you would like to see people perform on Arm Pierre? Would love to have you as a guest lifter. Yeah, Uncle John, but mines are kind of strict and it's very hard to cheat in them. But yeah, I can send you a lift that I would be considering as something that guys should be focusing on, or a little bit stricter, a little bit more arm wrestling oriented. Yeah, me and Uncle John's arm wrestling show, we kind of wanted to do one video, but then I was scheduled to go to Dubai. Then I didn't go to Dubai, and we couldn't do. And yeah, I'm I'm waiting for that invite to get back, man. Come on. Um, I never trained legs. I have bigger legs and 100 videos, but arms are not the same. Man, you need more arm genetics. Favorite sport? Arm wrestling. Come on. You want the weirdest comment of the day. I'm using weird as a nice word. If someone is gaining or losing muscle fast while being an adult without a good reason, they're probably or have been on steroids. Yeah, yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. If you don't have like underlying health issues or something like that, we kind of can see these people. Watching you teach Larry is awesome. Your table IQ is nuts. It's not table IQ. It's learning, teaching IQ. I beat everyone in arm wrestling in school. What do you suggest to do? Go to competition? No, keep beating everyone at school. Never look for competition. Never try and get higher. So I hope you understand everything I just said was sarcasm. So just do the opposite. Uh, Ray versus Korean schoolboy. I don't know who's Korean schoolboy. Your ability to analyze is insane. Thanks. Hey, coach. It's good to Is it good to practice arm wrestling? My wife's Thai. However, gains are made differently. There's no one recipe for success. So, however it works, just keep doing it. Yeah. So, um, yeah, yeah. The trip was so great. I felt so good about it. I felt like I reached the thing that I was kind of working on for longer period of time. The expansion of subscribers wasn't astronomical. It was like we gained like 2,000 extra, something like that, a little bit more views. But the idea is when they want to find good arm wrestling info, they will come back. So I reorganized, but I haven't finished. But you can go on Voice of Arm Wrestling YouTube, and there are playlists. And I created playlists for like all the bicep exercises I have done, all the back pressure, all the back lat movements, all the grip exercise, all of that. So everything is in playlists. So if you need to find something, also I'm gonna add it to our website basically for easier way to look through. I still need to add about I think 300 videos on those playlists, so I'm gonna do it either today or tomorrow, so you can check out and come back and you you will see it. Do you box, Ray? No, no, no. I just watch UFC. I just listened to Francis Ngannou. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I listened to it, and I couldn't stop. So I went, I went outside for a walk because I can do it, and I'm just walking more because I wanted to listen. What an inspirational story! What a crazy story! How someone just believed he will be the best and basically is, or very close to being the best. So yeah, okay. I'll just got stay on same. It will come. You just got stay on same trajectory. And all question to your videos. Oh, thank you, Bill. Back pressure, Bill. Yes, you're as the champion. Training videos are great for technique. Yeah, as the champ is like we wanted to do something like how it would be in a gym when you ask something, and then we show you. So how long have you been arm wrestling? First time I got on arm wrestling table was 2006, so 15 years, I guess. Can I be good at arm wrestling if I only have cable system or free weights and not together? I don't know. That's a question for you. Because French obviously doesn't have, Francis obviously doesn't have any genetics. Yeah, he was like a freak. Like he's like like this is why Khaled is so looks so normal to me because I saw Francis before and I'm like, yeah, Francis like, yeah, he's 100 and what weight 110 kilos and pretty lean, sometimes not, depending on fight, but that power in those hands, whew, whew. Hey Jeff, so 2021, the as soon as lockdown ends, I would want travel. I wanna like when the lockdown ends and we know dates for competition. I want to bring my guys to competition, either worlds or I don't think European Championship is gonna happen. I have super matches prepared for me and my guys in Norway at August 20th up until 21. Engin Terzi gonna be there. John Berzang gonna be there. So it's gonna be really really cool. Then we're set up to do Arnold Classic in the UK if that works out. So that should be really good too. Matches and everything else, and we'll see if WL opens up and they say like Giannis will have his lightweight championship match, which he absolutely deserves and absolutely needs to be part of it. I'm gonna head out there, and also whatever opportunity arises, that's the difference. Whatever opportunity we get, we just need to get to somewhat normal. Yo, man, I lost so many comments, so I'm sorry. Did you pull Khaled? No, I didn't pull Khaled. Khaled is very into MMA training, so I'm not that. You guys really need to tap in the Polynesian world, especially Samoans. 1C and WL. Okay, wait for Jans to pull. What's gonna happening? I don't know. Like the idea of him pulling Gennady, he really doesn't. I don't think he wants because he wants to pull champ. He can pull anyone. He can set up match with Devon in Dubai and do it there. But it would make more sense if he was pulling Levan. There's so many guys that can say like, yeah, you want to pull, or even Vitali's match. The idea he wants to pull the champ. So what do you think about Hermes Gasparini? So who is this Hermes Gasparini? Yeah. Who's? No, I'm kidding. Hermes is one of my favorite arm wrestlers. One of the best top rollers ever. My top 10 for sure in Top Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, I kind of I was happy that I will see him in Dubai if I would stay there, but yeah, I will see him next time. Yeah, he's really talented. I just want to see more of him competing. Such a young, talented arm wrestler for sure. What do you think about Talga Taktaya from Hazuki One for Talget? If you don't know who Talget is, you don't know arm wrestling. Yeah, Talget is a beast. Michael Veslavan needs to happen. Yeah, I kind of feel it that it really needs. Does he want to pull? Does he want to pull Vitali? I don't think like again he wants to pull the champ. You know, champ versus champ. That makes more sense than because he can pull anyone, and they would still make money or something, and it would still pique our interest. But I think the Levans match is it makes sense. But no sport without Travis Beijing competing. The sport has never been more popular, and he's totally missing his opportunity. Yeah, Travis needs to get in all of this. Yeah. Um, I think what we really need is a YouTube channel called Travis Thoughts on Everything, and Travis just gives thoughts on everything, and that would be amazing. Yeah, okay. More activity. Do you think Oleg Jaka will come back to? I don't know. I don't, like. Do you think that someone's gonna get better or this guy will win? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I don't make statements that I have no facts to based on. So I don't know how his recovery is going. I don't know how his mental state is. So I cannot assess anything. Same goes to Dennis. I can only like if I give predictions on something, I need to be based on some kind of facts, some relevant facts, and I don't have them, and I just don't have them. I will not be saying things that that hold no water. Channel called Travis Screams at Traffic. That's great. What do you think of pronation machines like the one that Engin Terzi uses? Are the best way to train pronate? There is no best way. In like this has kind of been we kind of reached the point where we know there is no best forearm exercise. We can say it, for us that might be, but there are many different ways to train your forearms. There are many different ways to train your pronator. The pronator machine is a great tool that you can use and implement in your training for sure. Mm. Your thoughts on Dubai Arm Wrestling Club? I already said that in a video. I can say it real fast because I kind of see that you're very interested in knowing that. A lot of guys with huge potential just need to work on more on table and need more tables. Um, do you think Vitali would be in level of his own when he fills his frame? Yeah, I kind of do. I think that Vitali might be the biggest threat to Levan, in fundamental arm wrestling for sure. How much stronger do you think compared with lean? Do you think you are now compared with lean version? I'm pretty much the same. I feel I'm the strongest when I'm 83 kilos because I move better, I sleep better, everything is kind of there. But food is very good, guys. It's kind of it kind of tastes good. So it's the lean version. I have done a lot of my best lifts, in different weights, so it's very hard to find out. I'm pro PDs in arm wrestling. It brings more people to sport because that can win without waiting 10 years. Oh, I'm kind of on the other half of that. I'm like, why would you want to skip 10 years of awesome arm wrestling training, of slowly achieving your goals, of becoming better? Not just skipping forward 10 years, getting injured, going out of the sport, never coming back. Everyone thinks you're a legend when you weren't. I'm kind of looking at it, your PEDs, and it's like I invested so much, and many people have invested so much in training, in this sport, and everything, and making it better. And someone just wants to skip forward. And again, most of the times you will not be able to skip forward because we know it's more than just PEDs. it's more than more than that. Yeah, doesn't get you to beat elite pullers. Dig at someone low. Yeah, it wasn't a dig at someone. You can go and look into arm wrestling, and you can look at some winners of some tournaments, and you're like, where's this guy now? Because he beat like the best guys, and you're like, yeah, we never gonna hear of him again. In joining any professional league like Paul WL, maybe WL. Mm, Plans to arm wrestle New Zealand also have been beasts. We have beasts in both countries. Like arm wrestling, or I want to go there for sure. I don't know about arm wrestling. I haven't really thought about it. Um, yeah, Australia is so hot right now because Ryan is so hot right now. But again, yet right now at this point there is no accolades that would to say like tomorrow Ryan said like he will have competition and he will face Mario Tambakis, and he said like he still like he's kind of threat but still beats. Imagine if Mario beats him and Ryan was the guy in his head. It's kind of weird position to be put in. Either everyone's so strong there that there's no chance for anyone else, or it's everyone's people and there's a lot of people around. So, ugh, Larry's new game. What do you think about Gennady? We talked about it, man. I talked about it. Sorry. If you had one handle to train with, what it would be? Uh, Karate belt. I have decided for me. Karate belt is not a handle. If you say you have one handle, I'm thinking like I would take 50 millimeter classic rolling handle. Um, yeah, like if Ryan does what he's put his mind to, it's still going to be great for sport. It's kind of I like for me, like I said before, I cannot base anything without having real evidence on it. So if Ryan beats RVJ, legit, legit where he believes he is, but still I don't even know where to put RVJ. And we talked about it last night. Basically, I said, like, I told him if you haven't seen me versus RVJ, and I said, if someone's asked me where do you rank RVJ, I said I kind of don't know because he hasn't been pulling out of WL or out of Americas for I don't know how long, and we know monsters are here, because every time someone comes they cannot reach the top. Very rarely someone reaches the top from that side in the past. I don't know how many years. So it's just based on how I see it. Maybe someone goes there and the situation is different, but it goes in your hand, right? Implied RVJ may be too confident as WL champ. He's the champ. He's still the champ. You know. Yeah, John came over and still dominated. That was a long time ago. RBJ is lucky the best pullers the division are in Europe. But again, it's like if you're hating on him because like he's in position where he is, it's not his fault. He's ready to pull. Just if WL says, "Well, we're gonna have these Russians or Georgians coming in and create these matches," fine. I don't think he would back down from a challenge. If anything, if even if he loses, that makes him a better arm wrestler. You're kind of looking at it again backwards. You're thinking arm wrestling. Oh no, losing is so bad. In arm wrestling, you kind of lose most of the time. If you go to practices, when you stop losing, it kind of sucks because there's no challenge for you. Um, between him and you would definitely beat him. I would not beat RVJ. You kind of overestimating me. How do you, I just said I don't know. How do you think RVJ would stack up against Europe's best? I just said it like I think 4 minutes ago. Lose the first match, people. Yeah, RJ, I believe he's strong. He's strong, but it's hard to rank him because there's no information about it. And I said that John told him that RVJ's hand would be similar to his thoughts. No, because I look, if you know RVJ, if you look at his matches, his hand is absolute beast. Uh, I watched Ryan talking with Devon, and Ryan said like he's like, nah, I think I could try to beat him without the strap, and I'm like, and even Devon's like, good luck with that. um, uh, who do you think is the most technical arm wrestler in any class? It's kind of weird thing, you know. There's some guys that you really like. There's guys that can switch between styles very efficiently. Like even Geoff Hale switched between styles in last WAF Worlds. Spectacular, you know. Um, and still, you don't have to be like the very best, in my opinion, to be very technical. If we're talking technical in both styles, because there are a lot of guys that are so technical in their style that they just, you know, they kind of win everyone on that technicality aspect. And there are a lot of those. It's kind of a lot of those, and there's a lot of well-rounded, you know. Would you arm wrestle ATS They come down tomorrow. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna say if I spell those words out, so I'm not gonna say it. Chubin is very technical. His match with Michael Todd was amazing. Yes, yes. Again, that's crazy technicality. There was leaving strength in the background, working on the technique, and you know, will you participate at any tournament this year? Yeah, you know, when we know about tournaments. What age did you first start? How old are you? I'm 30, gonna be 31 in 3 days, and I started arm wrestling when I was 16. First time on table. First time on table. Oh, ETs. Okay, I got you. I got you. That trip would be amazing, man. So happy you got to go over. Hey, man, Aussie Arm Wrestler. Go to Aussie Arm Wrestler right now. Subscribe to his channel. That dude needs that 1,000 subscribers so he can start finally doing some live streams and making us laugh in, you know, in live. So everyone, Aussie Arm Wrestler right now. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, we should reach 1,000 subscribers right now. Yeah, so yeah, he has great interviews. Jerry Caderet and Dave Chafee and Bart Wood was right there. Um, so Jan Samuels versus Kitty Gully on goodbye. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. If Kitty Gully cuts down to 75 kilos, Jans can meet him up 78. You know, then it would be a fair match. It's like guys, you're looking at elites at different weight classes, and there's a huge difference. Huge difference. How much time do you need to win a national champion? How much time do you need to train? Depending on what country you live in. There are countries you don't need to train to be to become a national champ. What do you think of Gennady again, Michael Scott? I don't know, but we talked about it already. There's some attention for the table monkey and them talking about hill theory and countering stuff. What do you think of their ideas and how different from yours? It kind of is. It it always is the figuring out the best way to beat your opponent, or if you lose there, you know, what's your counterattack move, and kind of doing the full circle and everything else. It kind of works like that. But I think everyone should keep in their pocket like the main move and two variations that might happen, like or maybe two variations in hook. Like if I don't get in, like if I want to press and someone top rolls me and like doesn't allow me to get there, what do I do from this position? And if I press and we get in hook, how do I finish it from there? So that's from my perspective, you know, because those are two most likely scenarios if I don't win the match. If I win the match, you know, very rarely it will not go there. So and it kind of is the same situation when you get to some new level, when someone stops you in a different way that you did not expect. That's another thing to improve on. So I would say get your A game, and then create variation A B and A C. Let's say like that. Is pulling Jerry Cadret on your bucket list? Yes, it is. Yes, Jerry as well would be on my bucket list because again, like that's another unorthodox style that you just want to feel on table, and maybe get some pointers from it. So it's more your personal moves and your circle to move around and respond. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Any good arm wrestling books out there? What do you think about fighting your own? I'm thinking about it. I still need to figure out how I wanna make it because I have some lot of different ideas, and the traveling stuff and everything else would help with that. So get on Patreon. Link is in description. We would really, there's like 40, I don't know, 47 people right now on Patreon list, and really, we are gonna use it to bring you the content. It's not for my new Lamborghini. Even though I would want one, but Latvian roads are not good. It's like I have nowhere to park it here, so yeah, we just leave it for arm wrestling trips. Uh, okay, guys, we're 1 hour in. I think we need to stop this. This was yeah. I wanted just to chat. I wanted to bring it bring some talks with you, and thank you for all the questions. If you have a chance, support us on Patreon.com, and already, stay strong and love arm wrestling.